this is Louise in Manchester in the UK. Welcome back to my channel, Louise's Lifestyle. Today we're looking at my fruit carving hobby. I haven't done fruit carving for a long time, just because of health problems I had with my shoulder and my eye. Had separate operations over the past few years, and that had an impact on me continuing with fruit carving. I started, my interest actually started back in 2005, where I watched a program of a holiday cruise ship was showing the chef on board had created this lovely buffet and had these really amazing fruit carving sculptures on there. I thought, wow, you know, that's really interesting. I would love to have a go at doing that. But unfortunately at that time I wasn't on the internet, I didn't access YouTube. I was on Facebook and I couldn't find anything there that, you know, could help me. So I went to the library, went to lots of bookshops, see if there were any kind of resources that I could use to help me learn. Nothing. So, but what can I do? So my husband, his brother-in-law was an airline pilot then, he's retired now, and he would visit Thailand quite a lot, and the fruit carving, I think originally comes from Thailand as far as I knew then. So I asked him if he could bring back some book or video, anything, you know, that could help me start my learning process. So back in 2005 he visited us and came back with this book called Vegetable and Fruit Carving, and this was published by Sangdad Publishing, and it cost 690 baht. So this book sort of will give you a little bit of insight as to what kind of fruit and vegetables they carve, and then there's a bit of an introduction, all the types of vegetables that they use, fruit as well, the carving tools that they use. It starts off with very basic, like little carrot. So these are nice things that you can do for garnishing a plate. So I may do my next video on a few garnishes that I'll try out from here. And I'm pretty sure now if you go on YouTube you'll find hundreds and hundreds of videos, you know. So I'm not telling you to buy this book or anything like that, because you probably find great tutorials on YouTube. It's just something that I used over the years because that's all I had. So back in 2013 I started to become a little bit more proficient in fruit carving. As I say, I have no certificates, I'm not sort of, I don't claim to be a professional carver. As I say, this is a hobby of mine. I have sold them in the past. People have asked me to do fruit carvings like this one. And what they'd asked me to do is to, have the design on one side, and on the other side I would carve the name of the person. Usually it would be for a wedding, or, you know, what they have in Asian culture, they have a henna celebration called a Mendi party, or a Haldi Gai Holland party for the male or female, and they have like these nice buffets with sweets and vegetable and fruit decorations, and I would get asked quite a lot to do these. So I did have a Facebook group called Celebration Fruit Carvings. I'm not active on it now, but I'll put a link up and maybe you can see, you could go and visit that page and you can see some of the carvings that I did back then. So I haven't been active for a while. I think, gosh, 2016 I had an operation on my eye, 2013 I had an operation on my shoulder. Both of these had a bit of an impact on how I could do these carvings, because it would take quite a lot of time, especially if they were an order. I'd get once I had an order, I think I had to do 4 in one day, and it does take a toll on you doing that many. It's not something you can mass produce. It's not something you can do and put away and come back and do again. You have to do it there and then, because it's fruit basically, and people don't want old sort of mouldy fruit carvings. They want it fresh. So I would literally do the carving, and it would be probably done the night before, and I'd cover it with cling film and pop it in the fridge. And there's only so many I could store in the fridge as well. So yeah, so today's video won't be a tutorial. It'll just be me showing you how I carve, how I get these designs, and you can pick up from that what you will. If you are interested in learning how to do fruit carving, I suggest go on YouTube. There are lots and lots of great fruit carving artists out there that you can learn from. Mine is just a hobby, and it's not meant to teach anybody. It's just to show you how I do this, and it's just something that I like to do. And in my spare time, sort of like the odd day I feel a bit bored, I'll just get, say, an old vegetable, like this is a sweet potato, and just do a little bit of practice there. I don't know if you can see that the light's a bit too, there you go, you can see a little bit better there. And that's like using a beetroot, so put that there, see it a bit better. Just to practice, you know, use an old vegetable, because if you use a melon, you'd be using a lot of melons if you were practicing. I got through hundreds of melons just constantly sat at the kitchen table, you know, doing this. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. You can fast forward through the bits that seem to be, you know, sort of like going a little bit slow. I've not speeded the video up, and I have sort of cut out little bits where it was going on a little bit too long. So you can speed your way through the video, but please watch the whole video, then you can get to see what happens right at the end. So if you like this kind of thing, please hit the like button, share with your friends if you think they would be interested in fruit carving, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. These are some of the tools I'll be using today. Show you them. And that's to cut round to make a round shape. So put the knife in at this angle. That's pink colour there, it's beetroot. I had that on my hands. Use this knife to scrape excess material away.
Okay.